Dan Mullins is taking his UNLV Rebels into Boise State to play Spencer Danielson and his Boise State Broncos. Now, let me tell you something. This is going to be a fascinating game. It's the two best teams in the Mountain West, one of which who is undefeated, and the other who happens to have been unable to beat better teams. Now, that's not to say that they're not a good team. Boise State is Boise State. They went to Florida, and, well, South Florida just ran all over them. They battled Notre Dame, and, well, Notre Dame went all over them. But the other four games, they've won. UNLV is perfect. They've beaten Air Force in a shootout. They beat Wyoming at Wyoming. They beat Miami of Ohio in a close one at Miami of Ohio. They beat UCLA, which was hilarious. They beat Sam Houston at Sam Houston, and they beat Idaho State in a close one. So they've had several close ones, but they've still won every game. Now, they're going to be playing each other in what will probably be a possible rematch for the Mountain West title. Now, at, before the season started, I thought San Jose State had a good chance of doing that, but unfortunately, San Jose State is just not being what they should be. Thought Colorado State had a pretty good chance. Well, no. So Boise State and UNLV are coming across as the two best teams in the Mountain West, with San Diego and coming up a close second to those two, a close third, I guess. So they're going to find out. Hit like and subscribe if you like G5 football. Hit like and subscribe if you like college football. Hit like and subscribe if you like college sports, because I don't cover recruiting, I don't cover transfer portal unless it's some big news. So, hit like and subscribe, and let's get into this game. Hey folks, this is Paul with Redneck Sports. I want to thank you for viewing my video, and I want to give you one thought process. There was a famous coach at University of Tennessee by the name of General Robert Mullen. He had 6 maxims, but number 2 maxim is what everybody should apply to their life. Play for and make the breaks. When one comes your way, score. That's how to live your life right there. Now, UNLV hired Dan Mullen so that they could build a program like what Memphis has, what Tulane has, South Florida, so many of these schools, JMU. They've got Anthony Calendra as a QB1. He's 109 of 160, so 68.1% completion rate. He's thrown 10 touchdowns, 3 interceptions, and been sacked 13 times. That's a little frightening considering this time into the year. Jet Thomas, 72 carries, 577 yards, 6 touchdowns, along a 70. Anthony Calendar's got 64 carries, got 3 touchdowns. Kevon Lee, 35 carries, 4 touchdowns. Alex Orji, the QB2, 10 rushes, 1 touchdown. So they got 14 touchdowns on the ground, which is not bad. And Alex Orji was originally at Michigan, so he's learning a different system. Now, receiving, Jaden Bradley's got 2 touchdowns after 28 catches, 493 yards. Dejon Reynolds, 11 catches, 2 touchdowns. Troy Omer has got a touchdown. Barquise Gums has 2. Jaden Thomas has caught 16, got a touchdown. D'Angelo Irvin and Tayshawn Lyons both have a touchdown, as does Nick Elksness. So 11 touchdowns through the air, 14 through on the ground. On the defense, they got 7 sacks. which is a little weak. So they're not winning on the line all that much. 23 pass deflections, which is really nice. 9 interceptions, 2 of which have been returned for touchdowns. And by the way, they got 4 forced fumbles, 5 fumble recoveries. Linebacker Marcel McDuffie leads with 45 tackles, 1 sack for 11 yards. He's got 3 pass deflections, 2 interceptions, that one of which he took back 10 yards, and 2 fumble recoveries. Jake Pope, a defensive back, has got 42 tackles, 1 pass deflection. Jaheim Joseph, which is a safety, shows they're getting a little too much into the secondary. 35 tackles, half a sack, 2 pass deflections, 1 forced fumble, 1 fumble recovery. They've got an not bad defense, but they're not winning on the line. They're not winning on the offensive or defensive line. This team needs to be a lot more uh, disciplined because penalty wise, they're 51 for 493, so 82 yards a game in penalties. Not bad. I mean, for a first year with Dan Mullen coming in, and he's kept this program going exactly where this program needs to go. It's kind of impressive. It really is because UNLV is showing a lot of promise. And honestly, they're winning every game, but their defense is needing improvement, and their both defensive and offensive lines are needing improvement. Not Dan Mullen, Dan Mullen's being what he is. I'm sure that will get improved. It's just showing what he needs to do. Now, Spencer Danielson's Boise. Maddox Madsen's being Maddox Madsen's. He's 122 of 200, 61% accuracy, 11 touchdowns, 5 interceptions, 10 sacks. Not as bad as UNLV, a little bit better. But the 5 interceptions, a little worrisome. But then again, though, look who they played. They played South Florida and Notre Dame. Dylan Riley, leading rusher, 71 carries, 494 yards, 5 touchdowns, along with 77. Sire Gaines, 69 carries, 349 yards, 3 touchdowns. Malik Sherrard has got 2 touchdowns. Maddox Madsen's got 37 carries, 2 touchdowns. But he's only got 38 yards. Got a long of 14, which shows that offensive line's not keeping him as protected as they need to. Cameron Bates has got 3 carries, 1 touchdown, so 13 on the ground. And on the receiving side, Chris Marshall's got 19, 344 yards, got a touchdown. Ben Ford, 20 catches, 299 yards, 5 touchdowns. Got 60-yard long run there. Latrell Capples, 21 catches, 2 touchdowns. Matt Lauder, Dylan Riley's both got a touchdown. Quentin Brown's got a touchdown, and so does Troy Grizzle. So 12 touchdowns through the air. And 13, so they're pretty comparable offenses scoring wise. On the defensive side, they've got 13 sacks, which is almost twice better. They're getting, even though they've lost 2 games, they're still getting to the opposing side's quarterback. Got 13 pass deflections, not as good, but they've got 7 interceptions, and 2 of those have been returned for touchdowns. Got 5 forced fumbles, 3 fumble recoveries. So you're looking at an offense that better at the line, not as good in the secondary. Um, Defensive back Ty Benefield's got 42 tackles, 1 pass deflection, 2 interceptions, along a 23, and a forced fumble. Marco Notaranini, 35 tackles, 1 fumble recovery. Zion Washington, defensive back, 31 tackles, 1 pass deflection. So they're winning on the line, doing slightly better offensive line, not quite as good on the defensive side on the pass protection, but they're winning at the line in a lot of cases, especially considering who they've played so far. Penalties are also not that disciplined. They've got 51 penalties, 436 yards, so 72 yards per game. You're looking at If you're looking at they need to get a little bit better in the secondary, but they can still show up. Their offensive line a little bit better, and they got a comparable offense on top of that when it comes to scoring. So, really good Boise State team that you would expect Boise State to have. I am looking for this game to be a battle. I really am. I'm expecting that when you watch this game, you're going to see two teams that are going to put their hearts into it. Dan Mullins and Spencer Danielson are both good coaches. Spencer Danielson has a love for Boise. I mean, you're talking about that after he left Azusa Park, he's only been with Boise since 2017. He's put his heart into this team. Dan Mullen has bounced around a little bit, but he's shown that he can be a good quarterback or a good coach. I mean, at Florida, he went 34-15. That wasn't good enough. 8-4, 11-2, and 10-3 is not good enough for Florida. Mississippi State got them to a 10-win season, 69-46 there. Being that winning of a coach at Mississippi State, turning them into the dominant force that they were, he was ranked coaches 12th, 11th in the AP. Yeah, this is, and now he's 6-0 at a good UNLV before he came there, but they want to go to the next level. But here's what I'm looking at. I'm looking at Dan Mullins has got a lot more of a build to come in. He's not winning at the offensive and defensive lines as much as he needs to. They're playing a little too close, even though, hey, them being able to win close games, it's not a bad thing. But I'm looking at Boise's at home. They played tougher competition. They know what it means. And UNLV just isn't quite there yet. I'm not saying they won't be. I'm saying they're not quite there yet. So I'm expecting this to be a Boise win. You can argue with me. I mean, I'm not saying that UNLV doesn't have a shot. I think UNLV will most likely have a chance to win this game. By no means do I think that it's a foregone conclusion that I am right. Don't think that that is what I am saying here. I am saying, looking at the numbers and looking at the two teams, Boise has a lot to play for. The over-under 63.5 points. Boise is supposed to win by 12.5. I think that's way too many points. I don't think they can cover that. I think this is going to be a very close game. But you tell me what you think. I want to hear from the Boise and UNLV fans. I like UNLV. They were an interesting team back in the day. They needed to get away from the criminals, but UNLV has always had an interesting team. Boise's always had an interesting team. These two in the Mountain West, let me tell you something. It makes the Mountain West better. So, tell me what you think. This has been Paul with Redneck Sports. Y'all have a good day now. Bye.
I want to thank you for watching my video. And if you like what you saw, like, subscribe, and comment. Y'all have a good day now.